Hi, I'm Evan, and this is my Raspberry Pi right here in a box, and I made it look like a little camera. So I've set it up, and I'm going to show you about it. So, I have to log into Raspberry Pi with PI, as username, and password is Raspberry. Didn't bother changing it. And instead of opening up Terminal or anything like that, I am going to type in Raspberry vid and press enter. You get this image with information about brightness, contrast, saturation, ISO, sharpness, and all this other stuff. So, I then type in Raspberry vid again, and I press space, and I say -sign, lowercase o, space, you can name it whatever you want. I'll name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I press period H264, and then I press space, and then I say -T, and it counts in milliseconds. So if you want to do a minute, you type in 60,000, and that gives you 1 minute. So, then you press enter, and you'll get this screen. Usually it'll look different, and it looks kind of like this. Now this is really simple, and it's just your average screen. Sorry, this way. And this is how the Raspberry Pi faces. It looks like this. Now it looks all fuzzy right now, but that's just because it's coming in live from the Raspberry Pi, and it's computing it quickly. But in real life, it's going to be this nice quality HD video. I'm going to stop this, and when I come back on, I'm going to, actually I'm just kind of going to walk around with it. Now, it does not need to be hooked up to this, which is the TV screen, because it's already filming. And it does not need to be hooked up to a charger, because there's a small battery right here. So, let's go filming. It's a nice little box, it just fits. I used it from an old Adafruit package. I'm going to have to blur out the name on there or something, I don't know. Now, you can see that the red light went out. That means that it's been going for 1 minute. So, I then walk back over, and you can still tell that it's running because you can see the red light inside, which means that it's receiving power from the battery. So, now that's done, walk back over, because it was only running for a minute, and I pull out the little power cable and plug it back in, and that reboots the whole machine. And you can see the power light went out. In a few seconds, it will go out. And I will use this to and it's completely shut down. Plug it back in. Oh, sorry. And it's on. Now I'll hook it up to my trusty, it's hard to make this with it, but I hook it up to a little HDMI clip right here. And it's in. As you can see, it's zoomed in a whole bunch, which happens, I'm not quite sure why, but I just have to reboot it again by going like this, by unplugging it and plugging it back in. When you're just unplugging it, the power will not be cut, but when you're plugging it back in, watch. So I'm going to unplug it in 3, 2, 1. And, oh, I haven't unplugged yet. It's still rebooting. And unplug. See? It shut down. It's still going though, which is weird because I'm kind of confused about how it works. Exactly. Because usually when I unplug it, it keeps giving off power, but something weird happens when I plug it into a Raspberry Pi instead of like an iPod or something. Whatever. So, little box. It's all plugged in and everything, all the power's good, and it's right there. You'll see these LED white lights inside. That means that it's charging. And I can't open up the front because I taped it down to keep it shut, and the little camera's right there. But it shoots HD video. It's very nice. I can't show you the video right now because it's on my Raspberry Pi. I don't have a USB to transport it with, and I just don't know how to launch it and set it up and make it play with on the Raspberry Pi because there is no real. I couldn't find any existing programs to play it, and you can't download any because it runs Linux, old Linux, and they don't really make anything for old Linux. So you know. And this is the main screen, and yeah, that's it. So, this is my nice little Raspberry Pi camera, and I'll unplug it. And it's unplugged right now, but it's going to the main screen, so you can still see what it is. That's what the wire at the bottom is. And as you can see, it's booting up. And it just boots up. It'll still run normally as a Raspberry Pi, even though it got turned into an ultimate camera. Because, if I'm going to turn on the lights again. Okay. 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 Now, it's all hooked up. Everything's in. It's wire coming out the bottom. This is the little wire going from the battery around to the Raspberry Pi. There it is. Now, if you look at the other side, we have our Bluetooth thing, so I can use this nice Bluetooth keyboard without a wire. And that's it. Now, as you can see, it's not plugged in or anything, but it could. And if I boot it up, Raspberry, and then I type in, after it boots up, give it a second. Oh, caps lock, caps lock. Okay. So I type in Pi as the username and Raspberry as the password, and then this little screen shows up right here, and you'll get this little thing at the bottom, and you type in Start X, and then press Enter, and it boots up to the Raspberry Pi home screen. Give it a second. This is the background. It comes with this, and then you got the little programs at the side. You can scratch all that stuff. I'm still working on all the stuff you can do with Raspberry Pi, but you can always run the Raspberry Pi and all the stuff in it from terminal, where you type in Raspi. I can type in Raspi still and make a still. So Raspi still, enter. Raspi still space, I'm going to call it 2037 is my thing. Forgot the num lock was off. 2037, and I type in period JPG. After that, to save it as 2037 named file. Then you type in space, and then you type in, you have to type in space minus O space 2037 dot JPEG. JPG or JPEG, and then press enter, and you get the screen for a second, and it looks like this. And you got that, and you got to get it lined up because you have about 2 seconds to do it. I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to name it 2011.1.jpg. Enter, and I'm going to be ready to angle this right here, and I'm going to take a picture of this right here, and enter. As soon as the lights goes out, it's taking the picture. There we go. So let's view that picture, because I can still view pictures. So I say settings, system, new, other, and I click file surfer, which is, I'm sorry, it's taking me a while to find it. Oh, file manager right there. Okay, so I can view 2037 and 2011, which would be right here and right here. Okay, so let's see. 2011 is right here. That's, well, I'm over here. I didn't take a very good picture. And then that's the other one. I didn't do very good pictures. I wasn't really angling it right. But that's all good. Because I'm going to do it. Oh, and I also have one of my grandmother and my mother eating. I'm still working on taking a good picture without my hand jiggling. But, you know. I also have one of me. Selfie. Still my hand jiggles. Because I was walking. But, you know. Anyway, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take another picture. My hand's not going to jiggle. So I just hold it like this. Okay. And there we go. And my hand jiggled again, but let's see if we can get that to work. It's another 2011 document. This, accessories, file manager. I have to close it every time if I want to view the new one. And I double tap, triple tap, double tap, whatever. This, and I get this one that I made. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm still working on it. Okay, and okay. Now I'm going to detach, but I'm going to take another picture. Because now I can do it simply without looking at the screen, which is very nice. I can just hold it like this, and to just remember how to do it, Command, Enter. There we go. Okay, so this is about flat, and I am unplugging. There we go. So I press up, and now that I'm on the keyboard, it's just magical and wireless. But anyway, so what do you want me to take a picture of? I can go ahead and take a picture of anything in this vicinity. Take a picture of the fish tank. But I have to bring this little Hewitt-Packard thingy along with me. And I'm not promoting HP. Okay then, because it's wired up with Bluetooth, so I can't really walk away from it. Okay then. Set this right here. Against the fish tank. Take a picture of the fish tank, and enter.
Evan, I made a tooth decaying formula.
Oh.
Look.
Oh.
I put one of my old baby teeth in there.
Okay, and this
What are you doing?
Quiet. And this is basically the Pi camera.